Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm talking about a little something different. I wanted to share a story time. As you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to talk about the time when I quit my MBA. So for any of you that are new to my channel, I actually started out on YouTube doing natural hair videos. And then I took a pretty long hiatus and I came back, and all of a sudden I'm talking about this career coaching concept, and I've completely changed my content. I've talked about it a little bit, but just to give you some context, I am someone that loves career coaching so much because I struggled for so long in my career. And when I thought about a platform to come and just share things that I learned, I had to come back to YouTube because I already had a level of comfort making videos and things like that. But the reason why I'm sharing it is because I know there are so many of you that have struggles in your career and you're like, how am I going to figure this out? I just wrapped up a dream job challenge and a lot of you participated in that. And ultimately, I just want to make sure that you get the help you need so that you're not like me, stuck several years in something that you absolutely just did not like and you felt bad about yourself. So to tell you a little bit about this story, it really was a year ago. So this was 2017. I had been with a particular company for a pretty long time, so over 10 years. And the company was going through a lot of restructuring. There was a lot of reorganizations, and a lot of people, including me, were questioning, man, like I better figure out what I want to do because I'm just going to get put somewhere or worse, let go. And it just really, again, there was a lot of stirring in me that's like, I need to hurry up and figure out what it is that I love doing because the world is just moving around me. And I felt like I was standing still. So I had talked to one of my managers at the time because I had had several. And I'm just like, well, I'm kind of in this project management position, but it's not, I'm just like in my chair every day, like moving and squiggling around, like this is not it. And I had come to a conclusion that I wanted to go back to school. Now, I had put this off for a long time. I graduated with my bachelor's in 2003. And I had always kind of been like, yeah, you know, later I'll go back to school. I'll get my master's degree. But it wasn't really something that I was really passionate about doing at the time. And as I'm thinking about, you know, what do I need to do to spark my career? Okay, like what's next? I need to do something. I can't do nothing. I started researching business schools in the area that I live in. And ultimately, like within a couple months, I was enrolled into a master's program to get my master's in business administration. So I'm like, okay, like I'm doing something with my life. Like I'm trying to figure this thing out. Now, hindsight, I didn't tell myself I'm going to go back to school and get my degree because I really want to come back to the company I'm working for and make a difference and climb the ladder. And I didn't even tell myself that I wanted to get my master's degree because I want to go to another company in corporate America and climb the ladder or do something, you know, really even remotely close to that. I'm not judging anybody that has that career path. But what I'm telling you guys is I already knew that that wasn't me. Yet I had no other options. I'm like, what else am I going to do? I don't know. Oh, great idea. Let's go back to school. For those of you that have a career path and have a clear path where your master's degree, PhD, whatever other forms of education are going to get you to that next level, I commend you. What I want you guys to get out of my story is that that was completely not where I was going. But it didn't trigger me that it was like, Allison, this is not it. You know, sometimes we just kind of say, well, I'm going back to school, so it makes it look like I'm really doing something. And I was signing up myself for a lot of work, a lot of class work, you know, hours away from my family. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, okay, God, I'm hoping that as I'm taking these courses, that something, you know, along this program will spark something in me that says, man, this is really interesting. Go find out more about that. So it was almost like I had put myself in this immersive environment, and I was like going to class, like, what else am I going to learn today? I wonder what interesting thing that I'll find out that sparks that passion that makes me want to go after that. And so, I knew that getting my MBA would be an accomplishment, but the reason why I was in the program was really not for, I would say, clear reasons for myself, knowing who I was and knowing really, what my goals were. I really wasn't super clear on that. But I was professional and, I was bound to get into a program, and I knew that I would benefit from it somehow. I was committed and I was all in. So about one semester into that MBA program, I'm working, I'm continuing to chase curiosity. That's something that I was committed to, just to figure out what I wanted to do. And I found this website where these women were coaching people in their life and their career. And I alluded to it like very, very briefly when I came back talking about the coaching series, but it completely changed my perspective on what I thought I would do with my career. And at that point, I'm like, this is really interesting. I want to do what they're doing. And so I had gone to their About Me page, and I was searching all about, the program or certification they had gone through to be coaches. And within about a week, I was enrolled into this certified coaching program, and I was like off and running. So this was something where I actually saw it and was like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. Now, mind you, on the MBA side, I told you guys that I had put off getting my degree or going back to school for years. Yet in 1 week, after researching what these women did and also researching the program they went through, I was enrolled and I was on board. So something probably should have sparked, hello, I should have thought about that then. So now I'm in this certified coaching program, which was actually about a year commitment. And I'm also committed to this MBA. So I found myself completely overwhelmed with responsibilities. I had just piled on like all these things that I needed to get done. And I had taken on a couple more credit hours than I did my first semester. So I'm just like, oh man, what did I do? And I ultimately had to drop a class for my MBA course. And then I really had to use the coaching skills that I was learning in the certification program to kind of talk myself into the best decision. And I realized that the value that I have on commitment was the thing that was tugging at me. So I'm super committed, and I never want to feel like that I dropped the ball on anything. And I'm like, oh man, if I start something, I have to finish it. But one of the coaches I was working with through the certification program asked me a really interesting question. He said, well, what are you committing to? And it was more about, I'm committing to me and not just whatever program I've signed up for. And so he was basically like, well, who are you committing to? Are you committing to this school and you're more concerned about that? Or do you really want to make the commitment to yourself to follow through on the thing that's going to bring you the most value? And I'm like, that makes so much sense. So this was maybe about a 6 or 7 month time frame where I'm doing both the coaching and the MBA, working full time, family, etc. And I was just over the top, overwhelmed. And I decided at the end of the semester for my MBA that I was going to withdraw. The reason why I did that is because there was so much passion behind the certification program that I was like, oh, I'm sorry, MBA. Like, I thought you were going to be the avenue to get me there, but I actually found what I wanted to do while I was doing something else. And although I had this, value of commitment, my stomach is turning because I'm like, I couldn't possibly withdraw. You don't quit. That was a value that I had. I had to be committed to myself to move forward with the thing that really gave me the most value and the passion. And I had to reflect and say, I was just doing the MBA so I could figure that thing out. So thank you, MBA. I appreciate you. But I'm actually going to save myself about $40,000 and a couple of papers and a whole bunch of rigmarole. I'm just going to complete this certification and go build a business. So some of you guys might be thinking, like, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, wouldn't you kind of need that MBA? And I completely agree with you. Like, I went through that in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, shouldn't I finish MBA, business school so I can really, be stellar in this thing called entrepreneurship? And again, I just really had to say, not right now. I mean, I had to choose because I couldn't do both. And the truth is, I don't know. Maybe some of those classes, I could benefit from. And later down the line, maybe I'll return. But right now, I had to make the best decision for me. So there's one question I really want to ask you as a summary of this whole entire story that I'm sharing about how I quit my MBA. What do you need to give yourself permission to let go or quit, so you can just simply go after that thing that you have way more passion about? And we give ourselves a guilt trip. Well, I should do this, or I should do that, or I should feel like this. And I don't want you to should all over yourself, because I did that for way too many months. And I did it for a whole bunch of years prior to that in a career that I just really wasn't committed to. So ask yourself that question. And if you're at your wit's end, I'm doing this career coaching thing because of people like you, and I want to connect with you. I want to help you through some of the process that I did, and also figure out what's your own journey to find this thing for your career, your dream job, the ultimate thing that you'd rather be doing with your time than doing what you're doing right now. I'm setting up one-on-one calls with those of you that might be interested, just a free discovery session, just to see, like, what do you need help with? What are you struggling with? I ultimately have a coaching package that I would love to offer to some of you that are a good fit to work with me, but I know that's not everybody. My ultimate goal here on YouTube and in these one-on-one conversations is really just to get you the help you might need and the push to get you in the right direction, or even just to get moving. So I'm hoping this information is helpful. I'm going to be coming back with more content. If you are interested in scheduling a discovery session, just look in the description box below and it will send you a link to my scheduler and my calendar so we can set something up. And I simply just want to help you not have so much of the pain that I went through several years in my career. I will see you in the next one. I hope you have a great day. Bye.